Hey guys, how are you going? It is Jess here, and today I want to show you how to get this look on your faces. This is basically my go-to makeup look that I usually wear when I am going out to work because I need to be looking happy and presentable and asking people, hi, how are you today? Will you be paying cash or card for that? I actually really love my job. I'm just taking the piss, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is kind of a requested video as well because every time I do a how to cover your acne and scarring and cover pimples and all that fun stuff, people ask me, but how do you do the rest of that? What are you doing? It might be a little bit long because I do talk about the different products that I use and why I use different products and what products will be good for your skin if you do have super oily skin and lots of pimples and acne and that sort of really great stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a bit of info out of it. Let's go. So as you can see, I am fresh faced and I'm ready to go on with my makeup. My skin is getting a lot better. I feel like every time I do these kinds of videos, I'm just updating you on my acne journey. But right now, it's not too bad. I do have a really active spot here, which is really annoying me. I have some spots up here and a little bit here, but on this side of my face, it's fairly clear. So we're going all right. I've got stuff up my nose. Oh, yuck. Anyway, there are a couple of things that I am still using or are new for my skin. I'm still using the Lancome eye cream. I love this stuff. It's so nice. The other thing that I've been really enjoying lately is the People for Planets Mist Toner. And this is the Rose Otto Burdock Kakadu Plum. And it doesn't have any alcohol in it. Hallelujah, no alcohol in a product. I'm amazed if you guys know of any really good quality skincare products that don't have alcohol, I sound like an idiot, don't have alcohol in them. Please let me know down in the comments below. In terms of moisturizer, I am still using my Olay Total Effect 7-in-1. Talk about alcohols being in products, this does have alcohol in it, but I really enjoy it. I love it, and I don't use too much of it. Just pat it onto the skin and let it sink in for a few minutes and you're good to go. If you are going to be wearing your makeup for a good few hours, like you're going to work or you're going out or whatever, you really do need to try and invest in a good quality primer. And the one that I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal Base Magique. I've kind of gone back to this one just as of late. I still really love the Rimmel Fix and Perfect, but this little one, I don't know. It's a damn good primer and I really enjoy it. So I'm going to use a little bit of this one today. Doop, 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 doop. And that's it. Just leave it like that. No, don't leave it like that. Okay, so just massage this into the skin. Nice and easy. And of course, if you've got any active pimples, just go a little bit easy when you're applying products. Just pat it gently into the skin instead of rubbing vigorously. Next up, I am just going to apply this one here. It's the Professional by Benefit. Some people love this stuff and they say it's the best primer ever. I don't think it's the best primer ever, but I do love the finish that it gives to my skin. It just doesn't prevent that oiliness that I get throughout the day. My skin and products they just don't get along. But I think a primer like this is especially good if you do have really bumpy skin, you've got uneven skin, because it does fill it in really well and it does give you just a better surface area to work with when you're applying your makeup. Next up, I'm going on with my eye primer. I personally really love the Face of Australia in Matte, their little eye primer, because it's super cheap, just like me. And this one here was actually sent to me for a review and I do really enjoy it. It's the balm. Put a lid on it, so if you are after a more high-end eye primer, then maybe give this one a go. This one does give me a bit of a better base. Ooh, love alliteration. And I'm gonna go on with this one now. Now personally, my next step is concealing. I'm going to conceal with my Maybelline Age Rewind because it's nice and easy. Oh, it didn't really work. Here's me saying it's nice and easy and I can't open it. Oh, there we go, done. I'm going to be applying this stuff under my eyes. I'm going to apply it to my blemishes as well. I find it's just an all-round good kind of concealer. I don't even know, what type do I use? This is disgusting. The one that I use is 20 Light Pale, and can you tell that I really need a new one of these? Oh, just poked myself in the nose. I love having longer nails right now, but at the same time, it's a pain. Now, of course, you can also Do a bit of color correction with green concealer if you want to do that, but my care factor is 0. For me, when I go to work, it's not about doing a full coverage sort of routine, because I mean, I just don't care enough. Believe it or not, I don't actually want to pile on a whole heap of makeup just for like a few hours. So I'd rather go in with just the minimal amount to cover up what needs to be covered and just get by that way. So all of that concealer has done a really good job of covering up all the main culprits on my face here. Now I'm just going to go in with my foundation, and I'm going to be using a pressed powder foundation because I love the fact that it helps to control the oil. It soaks up a bit of that oil during the day, and I'm extremely oily. It is ridiculous. So this one that I'm using is just my Australis Fresh and Flawless pressed powder in Deep Natural. And you know, I guess this is why I like to apply my concealer underneath my foundation if I'm going to be doing my makeup this way, because when I'm applying my foundation, I'm going in this motion here. So I'm basically pressing it into my skin. Anyway, I think I'm just going to go straight ahead and apply this over my whole face now. Now, I don't really have much to say about it. So the pressed powder foundation has done a pretty good job of covering up the rest of everything that I needed to have covered up. And the next step for me is to apply some blush to my cheeks. Of course, to my cheeks. Duh. I prefer to apply a powder just because I do have extremely oily skin. Also, try and stick to matte products as best that you can. I don't apply bronzers, I don't apply highlighters or anything like that because I don't need to. I get way too much shine as it is, so that's why I just try and stick to matte products as much as possible. And I sort of apply it in two motions. One is that I'm buffing it lightly in sort of that rounded motion like that, but I also dab it onto my skin. It helps to stop, it stops you from dislodging everything underneath, basically. So just think about how you apply your products. Chances are you're not going to see too much of this on camera because my lights always wash me out. There we go. I'm just applying my Makeup Finishing Spritz by Australis. It's okay. But it's not the best. I just like the fact that it does knock a bit of that powderiness out of the makeup that you're wearing. I don't think it really extends the wear of my makeup, but I guess this is also something that you can use, much like if you've got a spray toner, like this one here. These sorts of products you can apply during the day, like around lunchtime or sort of middle afternoon, when you do need to just give a bit more of a refresh to your makeup and freshen up. I also like to apply a little bit of lip balm just because my lips do get really quite dry. This one here is the Hurrah Black Cherry Tinted Lip Balm. I got this from a Nature's Beauty box, one of those subscription box services. It's available in Australia. I've done a couple of reviews for them, and I didn't think that I'd like this very much because I'm not a fan of cherries, but I actually really like this one. Alrighty, so now I am ready to move on with my eyes, and I'm going to start with my brows. I quite like ones which are a little bit thicker, more natural looking, so that's why I've been trying not to pluck my eyebrows as much lately. Just been letting them go a little bit au naturel. This little device here, I think it's by Eco Tools. Yes, it is, and it's just a brush thingy and a comb thingy. Awfully technical. The other thing that I really love to use, because it's just so goddamn easy to use, is the, let me have a look, whoa, here we go. It is the Gimme Brow by Benefit. Yes, they did send me this one to try out, and this is one of the products that I'm like, whoa, amazing. I would repurchase this multiple times. I adore it. If you've got any little patches in your brows and you don't want to fuss around with applying shadows and waxes and that sort of thing, this might be the way to go. This medium to dark one is extremely dark. For some people, it's way too dark. So just be a little bit careful. Try them out at the Benefit stand if you can get to one, and talk to the girls there. So I do need to make sure that my brows are pretty even. You know the old saying, they are sisters, not twins, so don't be too pedantic about it, because I sure as hell am not. And if you've got really long brows like I do, then a spoolie is your best bloody friend, I'm telling you now. Ever since I discovered this spoolie, it's just changed my life. So now brows are looking better. I'm going to go in with my eye makeup, and I'm just going to be using a couple of different palettes. So I'm using the Artiste collection. It's a multi-use palette, so it has a whole bunch of stuff in there as well as eyeshadows. Sorry, I'm so professional. So with the lighter shade out of that Artiste palette, I do use it pretty much over my entire eye. I use it quite lightly underneath my brow, and then I thicken it up a little bit, like I pat it on and get a lot more of that color onto my eyelid, just to make it more obvious that I actually do have that lighter shade on my lid. I also bring it into my tear duct area here, just on the inner corner, and just underneath my eye, my lower my lower eyelashes, just under here, about a third of the way. Next up, I'm going to be using this little color in here called Cookie out of the same Artiste collection palette, and using a fluffy brush. Now this one here, I have not been able to find a color just like this one. I wish that I could. It's like an orangey brown, and it just, I don't know, there's just something about it that it has that perfect orangey tone to it, like it's not overpowering, and it's a really fantastic crease color that you can easily blend out. So that's what I tend to do, just apply that lightly at the outer corner of my eye there, just in like windscreen wiper motions. And with my eye, like I sort of close my eyes a little bit, but I can still see that crease, and I can still feel the crease with my brush. And I just go gentle and windscreen wiper it into my crease line. Don't know why my voice went up then. I also get a little bit of it just on the tip of my blending brush and blend that on my lower lash line there. I really suck at doing eyeliner. I cannot do a wing to save myself. So instead I use black eyeshadow to line my upper lashes. It gives a little bit more of a smoky effect to my eyes instead of having a really harsh black line there. I'm just going to go in with a very small little angled brush here. This was from Furless, it's their travel kit. I'm going on with my Bare Sigma palette just because I love the black that's in here. So if you've got a really excellent black eyeshadow, then go ahead and use that one. I like to keep my eyes a little bit open, and I'm looking generally straight ahead, and I'm not so much drawing a line, I'm more sort of wiggling it in. So I'm wiggling it into my upper lash line, only occasionally moving it along the lash. If I try and draw with this stuff, it starts feathering out too much, and I still want to try and keep as crisp a line as possible. And because I suck, whenever I get to just the inner corner here, I forget about just trying to draw a line. Like, I can't do it. So instead I use this brush and I sort of wiggle it into my upper lash line, and it does create a really nice black line there. So it looks like I'm doing great liner, but I still don't know what I'm doing. I also sometimes carry this down just a little bit underneath my lower lash line here, just really gently, because wow, black can take over before you know it. I go about a third of the way, and then I just blend the rest either with a brush or with my finger. Next step, I'm going in with my Benefit They're Real. This is just like a little sample-y sort of one here. I enjoy this particular mascara a lot because it does give me a huge amount of volume, it gives me length, it's just everything that I want in a mascara. But I know some people don't like this particular one, but that's fine, you guys. You just go on with whichever one that you prefer to use. Can you notice the difference? Like, hello, big difference. Last but not least, I am going to apply lipstick, my lipstick. Now I'm going to go on with just the one today, but I wanted to recommend another one to you. This one is by Rimmel, but it's part of the Kate Moss range that she did. This is 07. I like this one because it's a little bit more of a nude shade, so it is work appropriate. The other one that I want to recommend was this one here. It is by Maybelline. It is their Superstay 14-hour lipstick. This particular shade here is number 12, Pout on Pink. It's another sort of semi-nude. It's missing its bikini bottoms or something. Anyway, this one here is a really great shade, and I love the fact that it is so long lasting. I know that I can struggle with getting a lipstick that lasts a long time. It looks good for a long time. I sure as hell have some lipsticks which look like crap after about 2 hours, and they say that they're long lasting, but forget about it. They look horrible. So this is my go-to makeup look, my everyday makeup look, especially when I'm going to work. Generally, this type of makeup takes me about 20 minutes to do. So set aside about 20, maybe 25 minutes until you get really used to it, get used to that routine, and you know what you need to do. Thank you so very much for watching today and for throwing your thumbs at this video. It really, really does help me out, and I appreciate it a heck of a lot. Also, guys, if you wanted to see any more makeup tutorials or anything like that, then feel free to let me know. I don't really tend to do a lot of makeup tutorials because it's not exactly my thing, but sometimes it's kind of fun to do something a little bit different. Anyway, I'm gonna get the heck out of here and go to work, and yeah guys, I will talk to you all next Wednesday. Have a fabulous rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Bye. Question number 1 is, when did you first get acne? I must have been around 10 years old when I first started getting pimples, so that means that I would have been around grade 4, I think. Grade 4, grade 5, around that.